You're the only kid on the field who doesn't want the ball. You don't dream of touchdowns, you dream of ruining them. While other kids imagine game-winning grabs, you picture yourself knocking the ball loose at the last second. You run backwards for fun. You mirror footsteps like they're your own shadow. You jump routes like you have a crystal ball. You've been this way since elementary school. You didn't copy the swagger, you invented it. By junior high, you're no longer a kid, you're a reputation. Each interception you make silences stands and shatters friendships. You're either worshipped or hated, nothing in between. High school is a blur. Your corner one is a sophomore, and no one questions it. Every Friday night, your job is to erase someone else's dreams. They try you once, maybe twice, then they stop. The quarterbacks already know to look away. The receivers already know not to celebrate too early. By senior year, you've got the visor, the tape, the drama, the offers. Everyone cheers your highlights, but no one sees your anxiety before each snap. One slip, one misread, one fraction of a second too slow, and everything you've built disappears. You're starting to wonder if greatness is worth what it takes from you. College? You walk onto campus and immediately start fights, not with your teammates, but with the depth chart. You demand wide receiver one every practice. You talk trash to the receivers coach. You bait the quarterback into throwing your way just so you can pick it and flex for the sideline. You're cocky, but you back it up, and they hate that. You start as a freshman, lock up as a sophomore. First team everything by junior year. Analysts say you've got pro-level instincts. Scouts say top 10 pick, easy. They start comparing you to legends. But the Heisman? Never even mentioned, because you play defense, because you play corner. You shut down 3 future first-round receivers, but the finalist list is all quarterbacks who've never seen a defensive back they couldn't avoid. By the time draft day comes, you're already one of the most hated and most feared DBs in the country, and you wouldn't have it any other way, because the island is your home now, and it's getting lonelier by the day. You go top 5. The team that picks you, a dumpster fire. Bottom 5 pass defense, no real pass rush. A coordinator who still thinks cover 2 is revolutionary. But they don't draft you to develop, they draft you to fix it. All of it, right now. Day 1, you're matched up with all pro wideouts. Day 1, you're corner 1. Day 1, they expect you to erase names that have been eating DBs alive for a decade. The coaches say, just don't let them behind you. But your agent whispers, just don't get injured. And your instincts say, just make sure they feel you. You do your job. You follow wide receiver 1 across the field. No safety help, no excuses, no fear. And you lock him up. But guess what? The quarterback doesn't throw your way. So the box score says 0 tackles, 0 pass breakups. Analysts say, quiet game, didn't make much of an impact. Meanwhile, you just made a $20 million receiver look like a practice squad decoy. But here's what they don't tell you. At corner, the better you play, the less they notice. Next game, one hitch route gets caught in front of you, and now you're getting exposed. The rookie QB throws 3 picks. Growing pains. The rookie running back fumbles twice. Learning curve. You give up 1 completion? Maybe he's not ready. Maybe he's overhyped. Maybe he can't handle the NFL. Every snap is a headline. You're a rookie, but they're already judging you like a vet. You were drafted to save the defense. You don't get time to grow. You get thrown into the fire and told not to melt. And for what? To earn the right to be ignored when you finally figure it out? You've arrived. You're not just good, you're technically flawless. You don't grab, you don't panic, you don't bite. Quarterbacks look to your side, then check it down. Every single time. You're so good, you become invisible. Your name doesn't show up on the highlight reels because no one throws at you. Commentators say, quiet day from the corner. But the reality is, you just erased wide receiver 1 so thoroughly, he never even tried. And here's what is completely invisible to casual fans. You make a quarterback look away before the snap. You have mastered the hardest skill in football, and it's never mentioned. And when you finally get targeted, it's on 3rd and 8 against a slot fade. The pass is 5 inches high. The receiver gets one hand on it and can't bring it in. And somehow, you're trending on Twitter. He almost gave that up. He's not locked down like he used to be. No context, no film, just a screenshot and a bad camera angle. You spend the week correcting a narrative built on one incomplete pass in a game where you allowed 0 yards. Your coordinator gives you game balls in team meetings. Your position coach calls you elite behind closed doors. But publicly, you're just the guy who didn't get beat that badly on one play. Because you play corner. Because your excellence is expected. Because your perfection is the baseline. Because you're measured not by what you do, but by what you prevent. And the better you are, the less credit you get. Until one bad rep. Then they remember your name and never forget it. You're 29. You've made multiple Pro Bowls. You've been first team All-Pro. You've shadowed the best in the game and made them look ordinary. But now, you're losing a step. You still lock up 95% of reps. Still study film like it's gospel. Still know every split, release, and stem in the route tree. But your hamstring? It talks to you more than your DB coach. The burst is a split second slower. And the moment a receiver gets a step, washed, overrated, time to move on. The team wants to manage your snaps, put you in positions to succeed. What they mean is, they don't trust your legs anymore. You used to be feared. Now you're tested. Not because you're worse, but because you're not invincible anymore. You make one mistake in week 3, and suddenly your whole resume gets erased. Nobody mentions the 3 goal line stops. Nobody cares about the forced fumble. Nobody notices that you gave up 0 catches the last 2 weeks. They just post a clip of you getting beat, slow it down, add emojis, and make it go viral. The perfect coverage from yesterday? Ancient history. The pick 6 from last month? Forgotten. The receiver you shut down 4 straight games? Irrelevant. You're only as good as your last target, and at corner, that's a game of Russian roulette. The coaches still respect you. The film still shows you're elite. But perception? Perception buries you. And now the rookie, the one who got torched all preseason, he's next up. Because you're too expensive, too loud, too established. They don't want experience. They want youth. They want potential. And just like that, the island you built starts to sink. Not because you can't play, but because every corner has an expiration date, and yours just came due. You don't announce your retirement. You don't get a farewell tour. You don't even get a locker anymore. You just stop getting calls. You stay in shape. You post workout clips. You reply still got it to old highlights. But deep down, you know, the league moved on. You gave them 10 years of lockdown. You gave them prime years, elite film, bloody knuckles, busted shoulders. You were the standard. Now, you're watching cornerbacks who couldn't carry your cleats get ESPN segments and 7-figure deals. You try a comeback. You sign with a new team, new system, new city. You're wearing a number that doesn't even feel like yours. They put you in zone. They rotate you out. They say it's load management, but you know what it is. You're just a name now, a ghost of what you used to be. You still have flashes, you still have juice, but one misstep in week 2 and the headlines say, it's time to hang it up. And just like that, the game you mastered for decades no longer has space for you. The quarterback you used to intercept, he's still starting at 38. The receiver you used to shadow, still getting separation at 35. But you were done at 31. Because corners don't gradually decline, they fall off cliffs. They go from shut down to shut down. And everyone pretends it's normal. Everyone acts like it's just the cycle. But it's not normal. It's not fair. It's not right. It's just what happens to corners. It's just what happens when you play a position built to break you. Now you're on TV, talking about guys who never had your instincts, never had your tape, never had your smoke. You break down film of corners getting cooked, and you're expecting to stay neutral. You smile through it, but you know damn well you were better. And here's the part they'll never understand. You weren't judged by what you did. You were judged by what you didn't allow. And no matter how many words you say into that microphone, you'll never get the respect you earned out there. Because that's what it means to be a cornerback. You're invisible when you're great. You're viral when you're not. And when it's all over, no one remembers what you stopped. They only remember what got by you. The quarterback wins the Super Bowl. The receiver makes the catch. But the corner just doesn't get beat. That's the cornerback life. That's the cornerback curse. That's why it sucks to be a cornerback. But you know what doesn't suck? The NFL draft, where some poor college kid is about to find out the truth you learned the hard way. That playing corner isn't just about covering receivers. It's about covering your own ass when the whole world is waiting for you to fail. If you're still here, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop your favorite cornerback of all time in the comments.